Okay, at long last, we've got the Heybike Cityscape out of the box and set up. The battery is fully charged, which I can tell because when I lift the seat forward, if you hold the power button, you'll see it light all the way up, all the little lights. You do have to have the key in for the bike to work. And when the key is in, you have the ability to use the headlight, which is a button right here, and also the horn. While the display is off, the horn sounds like this. Pretty loud, quite impressive actually. The headlight could be better. Looks like it's a lot brighter than it actually is, but it's got a little reflector on the bottom. That's kind of cool. You can see our fender covers nicely the length of the tire here, so I don't think we're gonna get much back spray on this. This is our display right here. If you hold the plus button, the backlight on the display will turn on and off. It's still pretty hard to see even with the backlight on though. The camera does it a lot more justice than it should. If you hold the minus button on the bottom here, the bike does have a walking mode, and the bike will kind of propel forward at 1 or 2 miles an hour, so you don't have to push it while you walk. It's kind of cool. You can see these are the pseudo leather grips I was talking about earlier. They even got some little stitching on the front. Looks pretty nice. The seat has the same sort of material on it. It's got a cool cargo rack in the back here, but I like the style of this bike, the step-through frame and the way the handlebars are angled like that. The style of bike was made popular by the Dutch, and this is still the style of bike they ride around in Amsterdam just because it's the most convenient. So you can step right through it. You don't need a lot of leverage on a bike like this because we've got the electric motors, so I'm not too worried about having to pedal it up hills, but I just like the way it looks. So let's hop on and give it a ride. All right, so I'm out on the bike. I've got the seat adjusted to like the middle-ish section. It's pretty far away to reach just sitting on the seat here. I have to extend my arms pretty far to get to the bars. I don't know how that would work out if you were a shorter rider. For reference, I'm about 6'1", 6'2" with shoes. We have it in speed mode 0 right now, so I just get to push the throttle like this, and the bike self-propels, allegedly up to 19 miles an hour. Let's see how fast this display actually says we're going. Accelerating pretty slowly, which is to be expected because we only have a 350 watt motor. And I can tell you just by pulling the brake levers that we have cable actuated brakes, no hydraulics. So they're a little bit mushier than I'm used to, but let's see if they actually work very well. Stopping power could be better, but it's there. This is how fast the bike accelerates with me not pedaling at all. This is just 100% throttle right now. 11, 12, 13. This is a bit of a hill. See how it does up the hill. As far as e-bikes go, this thing is an extreme value e-bike. I don't need to tell you that. It's hard to even find a good bike for that much, let alone an e-bike. Looks like 12 miles an hour up the hill without me pedaling. Not bad. Let's see how it feels when I am pedaling though. So when I'm pedaling, I can just feel the motor kind of kick in behind the pedals and helps. I'm not pedaling that hard at all, but takes a lot of strain off the motor, it really does. The true test of this bike though is if my dad can ride it. It's kind of why I got it. He wanted a bike to ride to the store and back to get snacks and beer, and he just doesn't like driving the car around. I can't blame him. He uses gas, hard to park, it's kind of an annoyance. This is a lot more fun. So I told him, hey man, I can help you out, get you a little e-bike going, but I don't know if he can even ride it. He hasn't ridden a bike since 20 years ago when he used to pull me around in the basket on the back of his bike. Pretty comfortable though, gotta say. No complaints right away. Looks like the speed limit in speed mode 2 is 14 miles an hour. Let's see how fast we can get it up to in speed mode 3. This is very minimal assistance with my pedaling here. I push the plus button on the right here so I can get into a higher mode with the actual sprockets of the bike. Yeah, it looks like a pretty comfortable 18 miles an hour. Downhill 19 for sure. It is a bike. Brakes could be a little better. Not a huge fan of those. The ergonomics are nice though. My dad's from California and he was saying, yeah, it looks a lot like a beach cruiser. And he's not wrong. Just doesn't have very wide tires. It'd be hard to ride this thing in the sand. Oh, you know what I just realized? You can adjust the angle of the front stem here so that the bars are closer to you or farther away. And I've got it in the farthest away setting right now. So you can make the bars taller and closer to you or lower and farther away. I'm pretty familiar with how e-bikes work and all the settings and everything, but when I let Dad sit on this thing and just kind of give him a brief overview, we can see how quickly he catches on, because that's probably about how quickly you're gonna catch on when you buy it if you don't have any experience with PEVs. This is definitely gonna be interesting, seeing my dad ride something around. I can feel the butt suspension more than I can feel the front suspension. But the front suspension does work.
Part 2.2, my dad rides an e-bike.
So here's the man himself. Yes, a 60-year-old man can ride a bike.
Can't change the gears.
He says you can't change the gears very easily without taking your hand off the grip, which I didn't think about before. That's very true. It's hard to reach your thumb all the way over there, where the thumb goes.
I'm in 2 right now.
So when you have to pedal for a couple of seconds, you don't have to push any buttons.
Wow, this is fast.
9 miles an hour feels fast. How do you feel about the ergonomics?
Well, it's very good for me. I have long legs. I was worried it would be too short.
We can actually raise the seat up a bit more so you can get more extension on your legs.
Why?
Yeah, he says why. It's true. You can leave it in the comfortable position because you don't really have to do any work. Try and flip it down into speed mode 0 just by clicking the down button. There you go. And then use the throttle on the right hand lever and just see how that feels. The lever sticking off the bar.
Oh.
There you go.
Well, that's cool.
I never thought I'd see the day, Dad riding an electric bike. Here we are. Welcome to 2022. This really kind of puts into perspective how used to power I am. Like, coming from someone who's never ridden a PEV, this bike feels very powerful, even with just a 350 watt motor. The headlight's on right now, so you can see, hopefully, we've got a little tail light on the back. That's pretty cool. No turn signals on this bike, so we're just gonna have to use our arm signals. If you're looking over your shoulder, you gotta be conscious of where you're pointing the bars, as we just learned. So we're on a bit of a hill here. He's definitely gonna have to be pedaling and using the motor. I can hear the motor whining away. How does it feel up the hill?
Pretty nice.
Easy? So he's 185, 350 watt motor again, and he said that hill was easy. So there you have it. I'm kind of jealous. I need to lose some weight. I've lost 20 pounds since October, but I still got another 20 to go. We've got the Amazon guy in the bike lane here. So we're in the road. Dork. I can see he's testing the brakes. It seems like he's enjoying himself quite a bit here. Our little e-scooter up here on the hill. They're having a race between the e-scooter and the guy running. Should we just smoke him on the RS right now? That was satisfying. Oh, I heard my dad honk. He passed him going up the hill too. Nice use of the horn.
Yeah. So we just got to the store and got some food shopping done. But in case Ginger on Wheels hasn't told you, I'm 68 years old. So to me, that's a pretty big deal. Yeah. I like this idea that I can just lift the leg out, because it's hard for me to get my legs up anymore. And that's a big fat kickstand, and I like that. It looks pretty good.
So it's always fun running into subscribers. We're just going to the store with Dad on the Heybike Cityscape, and we ran into, what's your name?
My name is Lawson.
Lawson. And I noticed you're riding the 9-bot Max. What do you think?
That's the best scooter.
Yeah?
$600.
$600. Yeah, he's got a point.
Yes, you need it.
This is a very good scooter for the price. Have you had any problems with it so far?
No.
No issues at all?
My friend, he hacked it and it broke.
Oh, so you don't want to hack the scooter. Not a good idea. Yeah, you can definitely brick the scooter if you hack it in the wrong way. But I'm glad you like your scooter. It was nice meeting you, Lawson. If you want to be in a video, I'll put this in there. If you ever run into me, say hi, because you'll be in a video. I was noticing earlier when he pushes the brakes, our rear reflector back here flashes, so it acts as a brake light also. Yeah, that car wasn't going to stop at all. Nice. Oh, he's getting a little more comfortable with the speed here, I noticed. Top speed for number 2 is around 14 miles an hour, if I do remember correctly.
I'll have to work my way into that.
Yeah, he's going to work his way up to number 3, as you should. I mean, 1 is a beginner mode, and you were very much a beginner. All right, I tricked him a little bit. Took him down this road because I know there's speed bumps. And I'm going to see how he handles the bumps with the seat and the front suspension. Speed bump. Could you feel the front suspension absorb any of that at all, or is it too stiff? Yeah? All right, so the front suspension does work. These are very abrupt, short little bumps too. They're not nice to the bike in any way. You can see he's got his flashing brake light there. Pretty neat little feature. Why don't you click the headlight button on the left by the horn. There it is. Can't see it very well, it's not dark out yet, but it does turn on, it does work. Oh, he's definitely feeling more comfortable now. 16 miles an hour. 17, 18. Speed bump. No problem. My top speed was 18. Is that about how high you're getting to?
I didn't check.
You didn't check. All right, fair enough. All right, so that sums up our first ride on the Heybike Cityscape. Definitely a good value, just entry-level cruiser bike. There's pretty much no complaints from me. Coming from a beginner, it was pretty fast and startling for him. Things that I like about it the most are obviously the step-through design, and I like the fact that if you do run out of battery, you can just swap the battery out if you need to. It's got keys, which is pretty cool, convenient for going into areas like the store we were just at, but I do recommend a nice bike lock also.
What I like about the bike is it looks really nice, and it's just perfect for me. I'm just a beginner guy, but it was fun to go outside and exercise, you know, get on a bike, and even though some parts of it were pretty scary because I didn't know what I was doing, and it's going to take a little while to get used to the throttles and the buttons and all the gizmos, but I'm definitely going to have to get something for the mirror because I'm not used to a helmet like this kind, you know, and I hope someday I can get something in the back, so that when I run out of groceries, I don't have to use my car and I can just jump on this thing because the store is only about a mile or so away. And I imagine I can go to the store and be back in 15, 20 minutes and didn't use any gas. Yep. Yeah.
Are there any things you would change about the bike that you don't like?
Well, being out, this is the first bicycle I've been on in 10 years. I can't really say, you know. So, but I thought it was very nice.
Well, that being said, there were no obvious complaints then that stuck out like a sore thumb.
No, I actually enjoyed it. I actually had a good time. So, but it was cool.
All right, that's it. I hope you enjoyed our 2 cents on the Heybike Cityscape. Definitely a good value bike, so check it out. I'll put a link in the description, and thanks for watching.